In the vast expanse of the known universe, humanity's reach has stretched to the farthest colonies, orbiting distant stars at the edge of interstellar civilization. These outposts, critical for resources and strategic positioning, have become the front line in humanity's survival against a formidable and aggressive alien species, the Zolarns. Known for their rapid expansion and military prowess, the Zolarns have repeatedly clashed with human forces, pushing the boundaries of human territory and testing the resilience of these remote colonies. Each encounter with the Zolarn fleet has brought significant challenges, as they exploit any weakness with ruthless efficiency. The continuous threat from the Zolarns not only jeopardizes the safety of human lives but also poses a risk to the essential supply lines that sustain other human-controlled sectors across the galaxy. Amid this backdrop of relentless conflict stands the USS Antiquity, a ship whose name evokes tales of valor and epics of peace long past. Originally commissioned over 2 centuries ago, the Antiquity was at the forefront of humanity's initial push into the stars. It served with distinction in numerous battles that helped secure human space against early alien threats, earning its place in the annals of human history. After decades of service, the venerable warship was retired to serve as a museum piece, housed in a high orbit over Mars. Here, it served not just as a relic of past glories but as a symbol of human endurance and capability, its decks and halls visited by millions, inspiring generations with stories of battles fought and won under its command. However, as the threat from the Zolarns intensified, it became clear that every available asset would be necessary to defend humanity's borders. The decision to recommission the USS Antiquity was born out of desperation and strategic necessity. Military leaders, facing the potential overrun of a critical human colony, scoured through old records and blueprints, seeking any advantage. The Antiquity, with its sturdy construction and spacious design, was a perfect candidate for a bold experimental upgrade. It was outfitted with a newly developed quantum disruptor, a weapon that was too unstable for standard ships but might just turn the tide due to the Antiquity's unique, robust power systems. This old warship, once a static reminder of past conflicts, was now retrofitted to become the linchpin in a crucial battle. Its recommissioning was not just a return to active duty but a testament to humanity's unwillingness to yield, a bridge between the triumphs of the past and the dire needs of the present. The retrofitting of the USS Antiquity was a monumental engineering challenge, blending antiquated systems with bleeding-edge technology. The heart of this upgrade was the integration of the quantum disruptor, a weapon based on principles of quantum instability that could theoretically neutralize modern alien shields. The disruptor required massive amounts of power and a level of precision in calibration that the Antiquity's original design had never intended to accommodate. Engineers faced the daunting task of retrofitting a new power core capable of supporting this weapon, involving extensive modifications to the ship's old fusion reactors. They installed a series of buffer capacitors to manage the erratic surges from the disruptor, ensuring that the ship's other systems remained operational even during weapon discharge. Cooling systems were overhauled to prevent overheating from the new core, integrating nanofluidic technology to enhance efficiency. The ship's targeting and navigation systems received significant upgrades to interact seamlessly with the disruptor, requiring custom-built interfaces that allowed the ancient technology to communicate with modern tactical software. This blend of old and new extended throughout the vessel, symbolizing a bridge between generations of human ingenuity and resilience. The crew chosen to man the USS Antiquity was as unique as the ship itself. At the helm was Captain Elena Myrov, a veteran of numerous border skirmishes and a tactician renowned for her unorthodox approaches to warfare. Her experience made her the ideal candidate to understand both the capabilities and limits of such a hybrid vessel. The crew, handpicked from various sectors of the military, included specialists in both traditional naval operations and quantum mechanics. Preparing this diverse team to operate the revamped Antiquity required a training regimen that was as unconventional as the retrofitting process. Simulations were extensively used, ranging from virtual reality environments that mimicked the potential battle scenarios to tabletop exercises that drilled the crew on emergency procedures involving the new technology. Myrov emphasized a blend of instinctual piloting and precision engineering, ensuring that her crew could adapt on the fly to the unpredictable behaviors of the quantum disruptor. This preparation was crucial, not only for optimizing the weapon's effectiveness but also for ensuring the crew's safety, as the disruptor's unstable nature could prove as hazardous to them as to the enemy. The training also fostered a deep camaraderie among the crew, uniting them with a common purpose: to turn the tide in a seemingly unwinnable war. The USS Antiquity's mission to intercept the Zolarn fleet at Sector 47 was a high-stakes gambit, leveraging every tactical advantage possible. As the ship set a course for the sector, Captain Myrov and her crew utilized the dense nebulae and cluttered asteroid fields that dotted the region as natural camouflage. The Antiquity, with its newly integrated stealth systems, moved silently through these cosmic obstacles, masking its energy signature and avoiding the Zolarn's advanced detection grids. The ship's approach was calculated to minimize exposure, using the gravitational pull of nearby celestial bodies to slingshot towards their destination at increased speeds while conserving fuel and maintaining a low profile. This phase of the mission was critical, as any detection would jeopardize not just the ambush but potentially lead to the ship's destruction before it could even engage. Upon reaching the optimal position just outside the Zolarn fleet's sensor range, the Antiquity lay in wait, monitoring enemy communications and movements. The Zolarn fleet, unaware of the imminent threat, continued their preparations for the assault on the human colony. At the command of Captain Myrov, the Antiquity finally broke cover, initiating the surprise attack at the moment the Zolarn fleet was most vulnerable, during their pre-battle systems calibration when their shields were temporarily down for routine diagnostics. The quantum disruptor, charged and ready, was activated, sending a pulse of quantum-charged particles across a wide arc, tuned specifically to interfere with the Zolarn shield technology. The disruptor's impact was immediate and devastating. As the ripple of quantum energy washed over the Zolarn fleet, their shields flickered and died, leaving their ships exposed. Weapon systems malfunctioned, engines stalled, and chaos ensued among the alien vessels as they scrambled to respond. The quantum disruptor had exploited a critical frequency vulnerability in the Zolarn technology, one that their engineers had never anticipated, rendering their advanced fleet defenseless in one fell swoop. The dramatic turnaround in the battle's tide was not just a testament to the weapon's power but to human ingenuity and the audacity of Captain Myrov's tactics. In the moments following the deployment of the quantum disruptor, the Zolarn fleet was plunged into disarray. Ships that had been primed for battle were suddenly left drifting, their propulsion systems knocked offline and their weapons systems unresponsive. Inside these vessels, confusion reigned supreme. Alien commanders frantically issued orders that went unheeded as systems failed to respond, and crew members struggled to manually override the sudden technological failures. The flagship, where the fleet commander presided, became a scene of utter pandemonium, with alarms blaring and screens flickering out one by one. The Zolarn commander, a figure previously unshakable and commanding, faced the unprecedented shock of seeing his fleet, an invincible force in his mind, reduced to a state of helplessness in mere moments. His disbelief mirrored that of his crew, as the reality set in that they were not only unable to fight but also sitting ducks in the vastness of space. The impact of this victory for humanity was profound, shifting the regional balance of power almost instantaneously. Human military strategists, who had been on the defensive for so long, now saw a new tactical playbook open before them, one where their old ships could be revitalized with new technology to create unexpected advantages. The win at Sector 47 served as a critical morale booster, not just for the crew of the Antiquity but for the entire human space fleet. News of the encounter spread quickly, fueling a renewed sense of hope and vigor among human forces and the colonists they protected. Recruitment drives saw a surge in enlistments, and the military command, encouraged by the success of the Antiquity's mission, began to plan further operations that could leverage similar tactics. For the human colonies in the region, the victory meant a reprieve from constant threat and a chance to fortify their defenses. Strategic discussions often referenced the battle as a turning point, a clear signal that the tide of the war could be turned in humanity's favor if they continued to innovate and adapt with the courage and resolve they had shown. The unexpected victory achieved by the USS Antiquity resonated across human colonies, sparking celebrations that lit up both the skies and spirits of countless individuals. Fireworks adorned the atmospheres of planets as citizens, once fearful of an imminent Zolarn invasion, now reveled in a sense of security and triumph. Parades and public gatherings, often featuring holographic reenactments of the battle, provided communal spaces for jubilation and shared pride. On the Antiquity itself, the crew experienced a profound sense of accomplishment and relief. Captain Elena Myrov, standing before her crew, spoke of the courage it took to step into the unknown with a piece of history turned into a beacon of hope. She reflected on the significance of their achievement, emphasizing that it was not just the advanced quantum disruptor but also the spirit of the crew and the strategic use of what many considered obsolete technology that secured their success. This moment was a reevaluation of their entire approach to warfare, highlighting that innovation doesn't always mean new, but rather, effectively repurposed with wisdom and vision. The legacy of the USS Antiquity, in the wake of its pivotal role in turning the tide against the Zolarn threat, evolved significantly. From a museum relic, a silent testament to past glories, it had transformed into a symbol of human ingenuity and resilience. The story of the Antiquity inspired not just tactical innovations but also influenced strategic military education and planning. It became a case study in military academies across human-controlled space, teaching cadets and commanders alike the value of integrating old structures with new technologies. The ship itself was once again retired post-mission, but this time as a monument to the possibilities that lie in reimagining and retrofitting the old for new challenges. The Antiquity stood as a reminder to all of humanity that even the forgotten and overlooked could rise to meet the moment when called upon, fueling a new era of strategic thinking that looked as much to the past for inspiration as it did to the future for innovation.